Hey guys, it's Christabel here and welcome back to my channel. I am back with a new video. So today I'm going to be talking about my top tips for applying to med school. I know that this year a lot of students are applying to medical school, and it's around, I think maybe this time people might be planning it or like trying to set up towards that in particular. So I thought maybe I could give you my top tips, and I think it might be helpful for you because I kind of wish I was told this the first time I even thought about applying to med school, but I said, you know what, I've got the knowledge now, you guys should have it. So let's start with the video. Hey, but before we do start with the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know how you think of this video and let's begin. So my first tip, play to your strengths. Now, I know there are so many medical schools to choose from, especially in the UK. There's so many to look at. But the thing is, I know you want to pick the ones you like. That is great, you should do that. But you need to start thinking about what requirements that this medical school has, and do you meet those requirements? Now, it's one thing to go around and say, I want to go to this particular university or this particular med school, but then find out later you don't have the requirements for it. You don't have the junior cert requirements, the GSC requirements. You don't know if they focus heavily on your personal statement or not. If you apply to a school and you don't even have the requirements at the very beginning, they're not going to pick you. If you play to your strengths, pick the med schools that actually not only you do like, but the ones you actually do have the requirements for, you have more of a better chance to get in. What I did use to actually figure out what medical schools I would like, but also the requirements that they had and see if I met them, was that there's a PDF on the Medical Schools Council website. I will link it down below so you can actually look at it. So it has all the medical schools in the UK, and it has the requirements and how many people apply, how many places are given, so you can get an idea of what it is. So after I looked at all of these, I made a list of all the medical schools that I fit the requirements for, and then from there I picked the 4 medical schools that you can pick for ucas, and I put them down. It is the best way to do it. You have the requirements, you're one step ahead already. Tip number 2, get your references early. You need references to apply to med school in the UK. You usually need about 1 reference. And it could be somebody who's senior, your personal tutor, your course leader, somebody who you've worked with that is an employer, for example. With references, you need to get them done before, well, your application is usually meant to be sent in by mid-October, if I'm not mistaken. You don't want to be that person that is still chasing up their reference like the day before when you're supposed to be submitting. You want to get them as early as possible. If you're, for example, in a graduate, you're in a degree beforehand, a good idea is to talk to whoever it is, your personal tutor, your course leader, make them know or be aware that you're actually planning to apply to med school, and ask them if they could be able to give you that reference. I gave a notification to my personal tutor around April time just to let them know I'm applying for med school. I would really like your reference if that is possible, so that they have it in mind, so they've already been planning it, and then before then, by the time you've already reached the September, October time when you're about to submit, you've already got it. Like the number of students that I saw who were waiting outside of their professor's door waiting for a reference because they hadn't got it yet and they were obviously panicking. Just reduce the stress for yourself, get there early, ask for your reference early. Number 3, plan ahead of time if it's for any of your exams. So for me, if you were like me, I had to do a few more entrance exams. So you have the UKCAT, the BMAT, and the GAMSAT. GAMSAT is usually for only graduate entry students only, but I decided to do the UKCAT and the BMAT, and because of that I had 2 exams to be studying for, or 2 aptitude tests that I had to study for, and they're not the same in the way they're prepared. So what I did do was manage the amount of time I had. So I figured out how much time I had until the exams that I had already booked for, and then decided which ones I'd focus on heavily first, and then went on to the next one. So for example, I focused on the UKCAT and the BMAT, but I did give more focus to the UKCAT at the beginning because it was more closer to the time before I switched up to the BMAT. So I ended up doing the BMAT in the later, they have 2 dates, so there's usually one in August and one in October. I ended up doing the one in October for that one. But the UKCAT, they have a number of dates that you can pick from, so you decide which date is best for you. Do you want to do it a bit earlier or do you want to do it a bit later? It's up to you. But make sure you're able to plan your time correctly, so you give time and so you can actually have the best opportunity to get your best score. This is kind of like a subheading to this to the previous point I gave you about planning your time accordingly for your aptitude tests that you have to do. In order to actually study for the BMAT and the UKCAT, I use 2 different resources. For the BMAT, I use the ISC medical book. So the ISC medical book is a big, huge bank of questions that are usually prepared. They're about 700 questions. You can get them secondhand or you can buy them. I don't think they're that expensive, but if you can find somebody who has already used a book that's similar, that would be a great resource to use. For the UKCAT, I used Medify, which was useful to use. It's not necessarily or compulsory to use, but it can be very helpful in being able to use a computerized system, because UKCAT is based on a computer while the BMAT is all on paper. I also used the ISC medical book for the UKCAT as well. I think that one was about 700 questions as well, but I'll link them down below so you guys can see those. But it isn't compulsory to actually use any of these books down. This is something I just used because I thought it'd be helpful for me. But there is free resources such as the Cambridge Assessment, which I will also link down below, which has questions which you can do from previous years to be able to see if you'd be able to answer the questions well. BMAT has subject areas that they would like you to study for. So it's usually based on GCSE level or junior cert level learning on maths, science, biology and chemistry. And then there's also an essay writing section. So they will give you the subject areas that they would wish for you to learn. I will put that one down below as well so you'll be able to see. So you won't have to study outside of your scope. You won't be given anything that you should not be able to do. Standard. But if you want me to actually talk more about the BMAT and the UKCAT, I will do that. Just let me know in the comment section down below and I'll do a proper video on that. Next one, if you're like me, who the UKCAT, BMAT, all this type of stuff to do with medical applications just was completely new to you, you didn't have anybody who had actually done this before, YouTube is your best friend. YouTube has so many different resources based on the UKCAT, BMAT, medical applications, what you should be doing, like this video for instance. See what I did there? Now, what I would say is, go look at those videos. I will leave a link down to a number of videos down below. Paramedic, absolutely amazing for UKCAT. Well, they're not even called UKCAT, it's UCAT now, isn't it? UCAT questions. He tries all of them, and then loads of them actually, to be honest. And then you can actually see if you're able to do them. For things like the BMAT, for example, there's Dr. Ali Abdal, who also talks about how to do the BMAT as well. I'll put that down below. Then there's also Ryan Hussein. I will put him down below. He also talks about the UKCAT, Medify, all different things. I think that's where I got the idea to even try Medify in the first place. So all of those resources are there. Use those. That can be helpful. So you don't have to even spend anything. You can use all of those resources. And finally, the last one. For your personal statement, please, 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 when you're writing about your work experiences or your achievements, don't just list down reams of information. You need to relate it back to why you think this will help you to be a really good doctor. If you do this, you have more of a chance to actually be seen as a candidate who could be a really good doctor. Your experiences should be able to express why and how you could use those transferable skills to become a good medical student and then on a good doctor. So hopefully all of these help you. Hopefully the tips I've given you will be useful to you, and all the resources that are down below will help you. Good luck with your applications this year. I hope you all do well, you get all the offers you deserve, you really make it in the medical world, and I hopefully will see you soon. But before you do anything else, make sure you follow me on Instagram. It's christabelofficialz with a Z, and let me know if you have any other questions. Comment down below, like, subscribe as I said before, and I will see you soon. More videos coming soon. God bless. A maths friend, but another video down. Success. Yay.
So great.